Hello, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video. Today we got some balance adjustments for Season 20. Season 20 already. 4 more months and we're 2 years in. Isn't that crazy? And we do see Kong and G21 in the picture right there. That is good to see. These guys have not been touched in around a year, which is a long time to not be touched. Someone touched these guys. And it looks like they did. Let's go ahead and jump right into what they buffed. So they have some leader buffs, which is really good to see, since we don't really get leader buffs too often, and leaders are trash in this game. Leaders are a huge problem. I would like to see them buff the abilities, but let's go ahead and jump into what we see. We see Fire Rodan, increased attack, Godzilla Ultima, increased attack, Shin Godzilla, increased attack, and Biollante, increased attack as leaders. Now, we don't know how much this increases, and we usually don't see attack increases to leaders. I'm guessing they are doing this because the win rate on these units is not so good at the leader position. Fire Rodan is a horrible leader. Shin Godzilla is a horrible leader. Godzilla Ultima used to be a horrible leader. And Biollante was probably just bottom of the meta and would lose to G21, Mothra, Gigan, Kiryu decks more, so probably got a buff just based off of the win percentage. Biollante definitely didn't need a buff at leader, but it is nice to see her get an attack buff. Her speed is pretty slow. Shin Godzilla is going to suck no matter what. The ability is useless and his attack is really slow. Doesn't really matter how much damage he does. It'll be helpful, sure, but won't be too impactful. Godzilla Ultima is going to be it could be very impactful. Godzilla Ultima's one thing is that he has super high range. So if he's able to do this crazy sniper damage from really high ranges, it can be crazy. And I already know a ton of whales are going to be using Godzilla Ultima next season at leader because they already do use him. Even though the ability is useless, like I said, the range is huge, and having extra damage on an Ultima leader is very, very impactful. So that is probably going to stir up the leader meta a little bit. Maybe not for most players, maybe for low rank players and for whales, it's going to be the most impactful. But be ready to see some level 30 Godzilla Ultima leaders from the whales, because that is for sure happening. And then Fire Rodan is increased attack, same thing as Shin Godzilla. Ability is pretty bad. It's not like a horrible ability. It's a 20% damage boost on flyers, but there's other things in the game that could do what Fire Rodan does better. And maybe this attack is enough to warrant something, but I mean, it can't be higher than C tier probably. But that's it for the leaders. We got 4 buffs. At least they're looking at the leaders because they usually don't. Let's go ahead and jump to unit buffs, which is just going to be Godzilla 21 and Kong. Very good to see. These units have not been good for a while. They haven't been in the game for a while. They're getting added back. And I'm pretty sure everyone knew if they did get added back, they were going to be coming with some buffs. Now let's go ahead and take a look what they are. Godzilla 21, increased HP, increased attack. That, we don't know the amount, but that could be really huge. Mainly the HP portion. The attack, Godzilla 21 does attack, like his damage is fine. You just have to get his damage scaling up. It doesn't really matter. I can't see like the damage mattering too much. It'll probably kill around the same amount of time. I guess we'll have to wait and see how they mess with that. G21 also hasn't been buffed or nerfed ever, so we're gonna see how a damage buff works with him. But the increased HP is the biggest thing because Godzilla 21 needs time to stack up his damage. Health is going to let him live longer, so that is a huge buff. Godzilla 2021 is definitely going to be in a stronger spot because health is his most important stat. Now next is Kong, who is only getting a movement speed buff, which is kind of sad to see for the boy Kong. I don't really know how a player like Comics would feel. I don't know anyone who really uses Kong. Let me know down below if you use Kong pretty often, but When I use Kong, I really don't think movement speed is too important. I feel like Kong needs health to tank the flyers better. So I would have liked to see him get an HP buff, or if he was just going to get the movement speed buff, have him be dropped down to 5 cost. But we'll have to see how he does. He is coming back into the game, and who knows, he could be really strong. This movement speed buff could be huge. But at the end of the day, I know Gigan leaders like to be paired with him, and yeah, if they're using Blade Ripper on Kong, it doesn't really matter if he gets a movement speed buff, so I guess we'll wait and see what we get there. And that is pretty much it. They're going to be adding some newer units to the store to purchase, and that is all the buffs and nerfs. So it's nothing too massive. Bylante and Ultima are the main leader buffs that you should be looking out for, and Godzilla 2021 easily got the better buff out of him and Kong. No surprise, Godzilla gets the better treatment in the Godzilla game. Pretty happy to see Godzilla 2021 getting this buff. He definitely needed it. Kong's, I don't think it's going to be too impactful, but at least they're trying with him. And that is going to be all for today. I do plan on dropping the Space Godzilla unit showcase either later on in the day or tomorrow, but it is coming, and I do plan to drop Burning Godzilla and Mothra as soon as I can. I was sick the past couple of days, wasn't feeling too well, and wasn't up to making videos or recording, so I'm going to try to get these unit showcases out to you guys as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, and peace out.